Welcome back everybody to part 2 of the Mace Explained for Beginners. I am very excited for this video because I have become way more prepared than I did my last video, so I hope you all enjoy this. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's continue on with it. So over here I have this bot guy. I recently got one of the bot mods. I think it's called Carpet PVP. It is very, very handy. It works on any world that you are opt on, and you can basically just create your own bot, add whatever armor you to it. Once you figure out the commands for it, it's very easy to use. I will probably post. I probably won't post my own video about it. I'll give you guys a good I don't know, title name to look up to figure out about it. But it's very useful. You don't have to do it on the client that I'm using, which is Lunar. It can be done on any client, even the normal Minecraft launcher. It's really up to whatever you guys want to use it on. But anyways, let's get right into it. So last time I talked about a lot of the enchants about it, about the mace, and the best way to do damage and how much damage stuff does. But I didn't really go into that much detail. That's why I'm making a second part so I can explain more about it. Kind of like a not advanced, more of experienced thing, you know. I have a whole bunch of books over here and enchanted maces and stuff like that. I also have certain kits that I've prepared that I personally use myself, that I use whenever whenever I want to do a 1v1 or something. These are the ones I personally use myself. And then I also have a chant disable set up over there. I will explain on how you can get some enchants and how some enchants are only possible getting through trial chambers. But let's continue on. So over here, I have the basic enchanted mace. This mace right here has every enchant that you can possibly put on the mace to make it the best one. And basically, the best way to have a mace is have density 5 on it. If you can have that on it and everything else, then that's just a really good mace. I'm not even joking. But the one flaw is if you do end up trying to cheat in a mace with a command or something that you can't do in normal Minecraft, don't put breach and density on the same thing. Because if you want to breach swap with it, it will not work. It'll only do the density. So that is something to keep in mind. I said this in my last video. Density and breach can only be on separate maces, cannot be on the same one combined, which it's not possible in vanilla Minecraft. But I hope that this tutorial helps you guys. And continuing on, after you have this a normal mace, the best enchants to put on it I have in this chest right here. This is the best way to enchant a breach mace if you want to zero tick with it. The breach mace doesn't do much damage. Normally, the breach enchant normally ignores armor. It doesn't. I guess it just doesn't do as much damage as it would. But I mean, it does do damage whenever you fall from a low, falling from not a very high place with the breach mace will do a lot of damage, and it's called breach swapping. Or you can just use a normal mace and breach swap that way. But I mean, a mace is a mace. It does damage how far you come down, but it just depends on the enchants to help it. So on here I have a list of, well, not a list, but all the books that you can use enchants on it. So density, it goes from density 1 all the way to density 5. Everyone in between, density 4, density 3, density 2. These are all the enchants you can put on it. Whenever you use an enchanting table to get this, if I put it right now, I would get density 4. You can't get anything higher than density 4. That is insanely good mace enchant. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you can't get anything higher than density 4, but I mean, it's way worth it. You could probably just get a let's see if I get a book right now, just a normal book, and I go over here and chant it. You will have a chance to get density 4. And if you get two density 4 books, you can go over here to an anvil and combine them in here to make a density 5 book. So that's really helpful if you know how to do that. And enchanting, this is not a good enchanted setup. I'm in creative mode, so I put all these bookshelves down. But the max bookshelves you can put down to get the best enchants is the max of 15. Having that will give you really good enchants, and level 30 enchants are just insane. I've used it so much; it's so helpful. But anyways, back to this. This one is, if you want to take a picture of this or just look at it, here is all the enchants that you can have on a mace to make it how powerful it is. And then, as I said over here with the breach mace, it's also. And then, so I've been talking a lot about breach swapping, right? and I haven't really explained that yet. I kind of explained it in my last video, but I didn't go the detail in it, like how to use it combat wise. Today's video, I'm going to talk about how to use most of these things in combat and just stuff like that. This will probably be the last video, part 2. Let me know if you guys want me to bring a part 3. I will bring a part 3 if you guys want that. Just comment down below if you want it, and I'll bring it. Okay, now that we have those out of the way, another thing I want to mention is density. Density is obtainable through basically anything: villagers, enchanting tables, trial chambers. But the one thing, breach. Yes, breach is very overpowered if you use it right, and there's a reason it's overpowered if you use it right, because it's only obtainable through one thing, and that is trial chambers. You can't get it any other way. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't, because I've tried it, and I've always got it from trial chambers only, and I've never gotten it from enchanting table or villagers. So if you ever want to go get a breach enchanting book, it's always best to go to the trial chambers. And like I said, you can combine the books to get eventually get breach 4. Just it may take time, just practice going through the trial chambers and stuff like that, but it's worth it, don't worry. And then breach swapping, this is a basic sword that you'd want to use. There's knockback on it because if you want to still combo, it's like you want to have a normal sword on you still. You don't want to use it for just breach swapping constantly. Like if you want to crit someone out, this is the best sword to use. Knockback on it so you can get good combos. I have this guy over here for test purposes only. But yes, breach swapping. Where did I put my breach mace? Did I even get one? No, I did not get one. Okay, but yeah, like I said, I can't breach swap on this server because it's not a server, it's single player. But I mean, I can still demonstrate. So what you want to do is once you come down to crit the player that you're going to be fighting, you want to switch the mace and back to the sword mid crit. Except I haven't been able to do it because I'm still practicing my keybinds, getting faster with them. But I promise it is possible. Yeah, I mean, it does more damage. It does 3 hearts, in a normal 1v1. It does I think 3.5 hearts to a player in full prot 4 netherite. It's insane. And I think it's also crazy because with the sword, there's many things you can do with the sword. You can not only breach swap, but you can also density swap. Let me explain that. Let me get a wind charge. Yes, I'm having trouble finding it, don't worry. But yes, you want to get the density mace, and then you can just go like this, and you can just go like that with your sword. But like I said, it's not working very well for me on this server for some reason. Yeah, like that. You see, this is how that's how you want to do it. It's very weird for me because I'm on single player, but it is possible. And doing that does way more damage than the breach mace does. Since you can't go high with the wind charges, this is another way to do extra damage falling. And you can also do the same thing with the axe. You can also wind charge up and then breach mace down with the axe. It has to be at full. It has to be full all the way charged up when you drop down. I mean, I can't really do it on this server, but I'll probably get on an actual server and show you guys, but to prove it's possible, because I mean it is a bit harder with the axe, but it does way more damage. Doing it right can pop someone. It's kind of crazy. Just one mace can pop someone, especially using the density. And you have to have it full all the way charged up. If you don't just that, it's not going to do anything. Yeah, I'm having a very hard time doing this. Yeah, like that. It does lots of damage. I mean, it didn't instantly pop it, but he's pretty low. But I mean, it's just the higher you're up you go and stuff like that. But I mentioned this in I think it was my second recently posted video about the double pop. How to double pop in mace. One the crossbow one has recently been changed severely. It is insanely hard to do now. I will post a update to it, but the trident double pop is still possible. It's just the crossbow one that has been changed a bit, so it's a bit harder to do now. Okay, now then, continuing on, there is also another way, like, you don't always have to use wind charges, but wind charges are, like, the main thing that is used in Mace. You're going to want it all the time, but another thing you can combine with the wind charges is a Elytra. I mean, there's a few things that you can use an Elytra with in Mace PvP, but this is one of them. If you want to get a good dive bomb on someone, like, you can just go like that. I should probably get a chest plate on. Okay, I got a set of armor, and let's try this again. Okay, so what you want to do is, I explained this also in one of my videos, but I have a very hard time explaining this to some people. I have a friend that I taught it to, and it took me a while to finally explain it to him, but it's possible. It's possible. So what you want to do is you just want to, I'll probably slow this part down, but you just want to run, and then you want to Elytra down like that. It's like you want to jump up, and then you want to go face down with your Elytra, and then you want to throw a wind charge once your face hits the ground, and then you want to jump back up into the air, and as you're going up, you want to click the spacebar, activating your Elytra once more. And then doing that, you can do that. That is another way to use the mace. Let me TP the bot here really quick. So yeah, like if you're ever going to, like, I don't know, kill someone, or like they're moving around and you want to get a good high ground from them, this is the best way. But yeah, it's really handy once you get to know. I explained it a bit. I'm just going into more detail with this one. But this is one of the combat ways to do it. And you have to take off your Elytra before hitting the ground, which I failed to do there. But if you don't take off your Elytra, the mace rendering will not render. It will not work. So this is the best way to do it. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible, and it's really fun once you get the hang of it. And you can also, where's my sword again? But once you do it, like once you're in the air and you get it first try, you can also use the sword to, like, density swap it once more, just to get more damage on it. Yeah, like that. You see? It's like I popped it there. The other time, it took me a few hits to pop it finally. Yeah, that does so much damage. It's way worth it. I mean, these are like interesting combinations you can use in it. Another one I'm going to be coming up with is like an insane combination. The person you're fighting will not see it coming. I'm not even joking. They will not see it coming. Unless they shield, then that's a whole other story. Okay, so here we have the bot again, and I am finally in my kit that I would use. This is my SMP mace kit, so it's a bit different from the other ones, but I'll just pot up and explain this as I go. But anyways, what you want to do is use your Elytra. Like, you want to, I'd say use duration 1 for, like, beginners, just so you can have time to have good reaction. But it'll help a lot, trust me, duration 1, and then you can slowly work your way up to duration 3, because I don't know if you know, but duration 3 is, like, insane. Look, this is how high I went, just one rocket. But yeah, it's really fast, it's really fast. I made that, you guys didn't see that. Anyways, what you want to do is you can still do this, right? And you can still go up to him, mace him, and all that, which I missed really bad there. I'll put you out, buddy. I'll put you out. But yeah, anyways, whenever you go to mace someone, I kind of already explained the Elytra and wind charges like that. But whenever you get to like other SMPs or even practice servers like MC PVP Club, like the inventory layout will not have rockets in it. Unless you make your custom kit, then you can add rockets to it, but it will not come with rockets. It'll come with Elytra and lots of wind charges and also ender pearls, which I am still learning how to do that. Watch another video on how to do that. I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't understand how it really works, but basically you can just pearl at someone that's in the air, and as you're falling with them, you want to mace them mid-air, and then once they hit the ground, you want to try and mace them again. I guess just an easier way to get up to them if they're still up in the air with their Elytra on or something. Just easier to do it. And another thing, if you have the hotkeys to turn on hitboxes, that would also be another thing to do, because it's also very helpful if you're beginning in Mace PvP, just because you want to be able to hit them, and you don't want to miss them, right? But, well, let me explain. So, once you, like, go up in the air, right, you want to go like this. You want to take off your chest plate, put it on, and then you want to press space again. And doing this perfectly, let me show you what it does. I don't understand how it works, but I think it's it is another exploit. It is another one, I'm telling you. There's so many. But anyways, what you want to do is, this is me doing it normally. I hope you guys can see it as I'm going, but this is how it's meant to be done. As I'm failing to do it. Yeah, that's how it's meant to be done. I might have done it a little bit faster. I'll try to. I'll see if I can slow it down in the recording. But that's how it's meant to be done. What you want to do is, hold on, maybe I could change the tick rate. Messing with some commands here. You can change the tick rate. I'm very slow now. But what you want to do is you want to launch into the air, take off your chest plate, turn around, put it back on, and press spacebar again. It'll launch you forward. Then you can mace them. That is insanely good because they won't know you're coming. Like they see you taking off, and then you come back and hit them. That is a very, very useful trick to know. And once you get the hang of it, using duration 3, you'll just be cooking. And also, you can easily get combos on them. I'd not suggest Windburst 1. I'd suggest Windburst 2 or 3 if you want to get good combos. But basically, once you mace them, you know, you get launched up again. You want to put your Elytra back on and then fly back down at them and mace them one more time and just keep repeating that. But you want to have higher wind bursts so that you can get launched up further and have more time to, you know, come down and hit them again. But yeah, it's really useful. And you gotta always take off your chest plate, because if you don't, then it probably won't work very well. But what I do suggest also, let me change the tick rate back. Now I'll keep it at this so you guys can see. But anyways, what you want to do is you want to always have, like, once you go up and you do like that, you want to have your chest plate in your hand at all times until you hit the ground. You want to zero tick it with it. You see, like, you want to keep it in your hand so that you can have it. So, you know, because unless you have fast keybinds, then you don't really need to. But it's just really suggested to do that because it makes it way easier. Because, like, when you come up here, you take it off and you put it back on. You come down, and then you can instantly switch to your Elytra and do it that way. It makes it so easier.